the next morning, I just woke up and I just remember, like, wow, like, I called this girl friend, and she was not my friend. A friend would have went to the hospital with me. A friend would have helped me off the dance floor. A friend would have walked me to the car. A friend would have, you know what I'm saying, been there for me, even though it was my stupid mistake. Hey, good. Whew. What's up, Waxing Squad? Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today, it's gonna be just me eating, and I'll tell you guys all the while why. Let me feed these kids. I just wanted to sit in front of here and show y'all how nice this spread looks, and we'll get into all what's over here. Let me feed everybody, and then I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. So this is Waxing with Donisha, and I ain't come to play. I'll be waxing every day, different foods, different ways. If you're new, hit subscribe and leave a comment down below. Don't be shy. Come along for the ride. Why? Because this is the Waxer Squad, the Waxer Squad, the Waxer Squad. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this meal, oh God. Lord, we pray that you would add a blessing to every single person under the sound of my voice right now and watching and tuning in. Father, I thank you for this meal, Lord. I ask that you will make it nourishing for our bodies, Lord, and take out all impurities and bless those that have nothing to eat, God. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Okay, y'all, so I made this fried chicken, but I did use my mother's frying technique. So this is technically Nana's technique with a little bit of my own seasoning blend twist, but the the ingredients that I added that make it, you know, that crispy, get that crispy texture, it comes straight from her. Okay, so this is what I have, and then I also have some rice, which, you know, Clifton's the rice guy. I'll probably have a little bit, but not a lot. And then I got some carrots. I just been craving like vegetables lately, y'all. I'll get all into it. And I got some broccoli, and it just looks so good. I got some all things seasoning on both of these, and they just look amazing. And then I got some fried chicken right here. So this is what I'm gonna get started with first. My goal is to eat 2 pieces. But I wanted to come in here. Clifton is in the room, you guys. He is sleeping right now. It's late, and he didn't want to wake up to eat. My mom is also at home. And so she ain't really been on either. I knew this broccoli was gonna be good. She ain't really been on either, but we slowly getting back to normal. After being gone for a week, we needed that week. Everything's fine. We just needed some time off, you know. Which everybody does, you know. Every now and again. But while I was gone, you guys, I have been talking about a case, the Shanquilla Robinson case. I have been following her case since I heard about it. So I watch a new video like every day. And I thought that would be a great, not for us to talk about. These carrots are so good. Mm. Dang. Not for us to talk about like the details of her case per se, because I'm sure majority of you know the details, the majority of the details. But I want to talk about fake friends and how to separate the fake from the real. I just got a few tips for y'all. That's that Nana's chicken. I also got some blue agave to go on top, as well as some hot sauce. But I'm not gonna put a whole lot, y'all. We're gonna do like a tablespoon. We ain't gonna drizzle it, drench it in. That is good. I like blue agave better than honey. So that's why y'all see me eating it rather than honey. I haven't had fried chicken in so long. Or anything unhealthy in a long time. It feels like it, but my system definitely needed a cleanse. Yeah. And can I have pasta for my chicken? Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I got kids. I'm completely interrupted all the time. But basically, I don't technically remember what I was saying before I got interrupted, but number one, people always say that, I guess it's like a thing to fight with your friends, to get in like physical altercations. But I'm just going to tell you straight up, people, straight up. It is not a friend. It can never be a friend, because friends are not supposed to get into physical altercations. I don't believe. That is not a real friend. That is a fake friend hiding behind the word. Because I might have gotten into like communication disagreements with a few of my close friends when I was growing up, or for what I thought they were my close friends, but never physical. And we need to stop this new generation that think it's okay and think that that's actually considered a friend to get in a physical altercation with someone. Somebody putting their hands on you. That's not a friend. So let's stop that right now. So if you're in the current friendship, you calling somebody your friend and you didn't fought with them, sorry, but that ain't a friend. And you need to take that to God in prayer. I need water. Take that to God in prayer, because that is not a friend. Okay, that's number one. Friends are not supposed to physically fight. Number two, If you are paying primarily for most of the trips, most of the vacations, most of the outings, lunches, dinners, if you're the one who's primarily always paying and they're saying they can't afford it, they're making excuses why they can't pay, baby, that is not your friend. That is not your friend. Let me tell you something. Back in the day, and I say back in the day because when I got a husband, pretty much anybody I might have considered my friend went out the window. And my husband's my friend now. But when, back in the day when I did have like friends and stuff, if I didn't have the money, I just simply didn't go. You know what I'm saying? I'm only going to allow you to offer to pay for me so many times before I'm like, because I don't like people having to pay anything for me. I always like to have my own. And so, to me, that is just embarrassing to, you know, to be going out with somebody and they always paying, you know what I'm saying? But for some people, they ain't got no shame. They just, because they're users. So they are not, that is not a friend if you're primarily paying for everything all the time. It's not. It's definitely supposed to be 50-50 when it comes to trips, vacations, holidays, all of that stuff. Number 3, they are not your friend if you remember their birthday but they don't remember your birthday. That's not your friend. Because a friend is to say the least, is not just gonna remember your birthday, but they gonna, if they're in your town or whatever, you know, they're gonna celebrate you regardless if you near or not. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna celebrate you. They're gonna shower you with that love to let you know you're special. You know what I'm saying? Because you're special to them. So if they don't celebrate you for your birthday or they don't remember to celebrate you, that's not your friend. If you gotta call them on your birthday, it's a no. That's not your friend. It took me a long time to learn this, y'all. Because everybody want to be accepted and everybody want to feel like they got somebody in their life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat this. Everybody want to feel that. You know what I'm saying? And so when you have to pretty much settle and lower your standards just to feel a part or feel special or fit in or be a part of something, that's when you know you possibly just having rejection issues and identity issues, and you need to seek some help. You might need some counseling to help with those issues. You might need some somebody, some extra help, somebody to reach out to you, because as you know, it's dangerous out here. Hanging around people that you think is your friend. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Nowadays, y'all, there's just certain places I won't even go no more. Because you never know who's smiling in your face and talking about you behind your back. I'm going to give y'all one more thing, one more tip to help you out for analyzing whether or not if a person is your friend. And that one thing is, if they don't call you, I'm talking about call you on the phone and reach out to you, not a text, call you and reach out to you. If they know, when they know that something is wrong, they're not your friend. So if you're on social media and something happens and it's all on social media, and you know that they liking every other picture that you have, they always liking your stuff, they always commenting on your stuff, meaning that they always watching you on social media. But the minute something wrong happens and you post it, and they don't reach out to you to see how you're doing, they're not your friend. If somebody in your family dies, or somebody gets sick, or maybe they don't know, so you initially call them and tell them what happens, and they don't reach out to you a few days later, like checking on you, they're not your friend. They're not your friend. If y'all out somewhere and something happens, something jumps off and you get hurt, and they don't stay with you or try to get you out of danger, like y'all try to get one another out of that, they're not your friend. Matter of fact, how I learned that is the hard way. This is how I injured my knee. I was at the club. Back in the day, I was at the club. This is how I injured my knee, y'all, like 4 years ago. Back when I used to go to the club a lot. And I was at the club when this happened. Hold on, y'all, my battery died. Dying. But one day, y'all, a long time ago, I was out in the club and I was with a so-called friend. And we had been friends since childhood. But I thought she was my friend. Turns out she was not. Because clearly I was suffering from rejection issues and I had to get myself together. Because when you want to be accepted, you go beneath your standards. And it was that after that day was the last day I did that. Honey, I must have twisted my knee on that dance floor.
Mommy, huh? Can I have some more rice?
You better eat those carrots. Close the door. Honey, I must have twisted my knee on that dance floor. And She stood right there and watched. Homegirl wouldn't help me off the dance floor. She thought, she was just like, oh, honey, I had to ask the security guard to walk to my car. Walk me, walk me to my car. Help me hop to my car. It was very embarrassing. I was very embarrassed because I'm a pretty good dancer. And that night I was how I ended up falling was because I was drunk. I wasn't like stupid drunk, but I was tipsy. And I had been falling that whole night. And I'm not saying like falling on the ground, but like I was in my heels and my leg kept giving out that entire night. So it wasn't like it just twisted and I tore my ACL one. Like it didn't just happen out of nowhere. Like it was like the whole night. We was there for like a few hours. It had been, I had, even before I even when I left the house, it happened. Like my knee just kept giving out that night. I don't know. So that was just like the final straw that broke the camel's back. And yeah, so I was on the dance floor and I twisted my knee on the dance floor, tore my ACL, had to get help to the car. I'm extremely embarrassed, and upset because I didn't want to leave, and I didn't know what was wrong, but I knew I had to go to the hospital, and so I had to call her to the car. I basically had to beg her to come to the car, like she didn't want to leave the club. And so I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital. She's like, I don't know, you gotta go to the hospital. I'm like, yeah, are you gonna go with me? She's like, man, made some excuse. And she didn't go with me. So I drove myself to the hospital with a torn ACL. Could have gotten in a car accident, anything. And the next morning I just woke up and I just remember like, wow, like I called this girl friend and she was not my friend. A friend would have went to the hospital with me. A friend would have helped me off the dance floor. A friend would have walked me to the car. A friend would have, you know what I'm saying, been there for me even though it was my stupid mistake. You know what I'm saying? That caused it. And I probably deserved what happened. A friend just would have been there and support. Friends don't judge. You know what I'm saying? They righteous judge. You know what I'm saying? They're there to help you. When you don't see something clearly, they're there to help you as your support to see something clearly. They have your back. They pray for you when you can't pray for yourself. Do you understand me? Oh, I done learned what a friend is. And so that was the last night me and her ever hung out. Like, I woke up the next day and I was like, man, I did hurt. It was my fault. I hurt my leg. But I'm like, dang, I can't believe I had to drive myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, had that been my husband or anything like that, like, and we drove in different cars to the club, he would have just drove me and came back and got his car. Like, made sure I'm okay. And then when they clear me, you know, come back and get the car tomorrow, the next day, or anything. You know what I'm saying? Or he would have called me an Uber, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure I'm getting there safely. But I had to drive myself. And that's how I knew she was not my friend. You know, all of these years, I thought this woman was my friend. You wasn't my friend. You wasn't. You was just somebody I hung out with, right? You was just somebody I hung out with. And so I just want to say rest in peace to Shanquilla Robinson and bless her family. Bless her loved ones. And I pray right now, God, that she's sitting up in heaven and smiling down on us. And y'all, let this be like a lesson and a warning for some of y'all. You better start evaluating your circle, because mine's is real closed. It's real tight. It's real tight. I can count on one hand, you know, a few fingers of the people that I call friend. You know what I'm saying? And pray and ask God for the spirit of discernment, because that will save you a lot. It'll save you a lot of heartache. You know, if you have the spirit of discernment, because if Shanquilla had the spirit of discernment and was able to recognize that something was off, this wouldn't have happened to her. You know, but she blindly trusted these individuals. Some of them were her friends, some of them were her associates, right? But because she was with her friends, she thought that, you know, her friends, she thought that, you know, if anything did pop off, he'd probably have her back, and he didn't. So it didn't happen just there. Like, there had to have been signs before she even passed that should have told her that this man was not her friend. I mean, there had to be signs. There just always are. Like, God is always chasing us down with information. He's always trying to get information to us, whether it's through a vision, through dreams. You know what I'm saying? Through, like, if you pray and say, God, reveal to me if this person is my friend, God will reveal it to you. But when he reveals it to you, are you going to respond? Like, are you going to be ready for that? You know, are you going to act accordingly? Or are you going to be desperate? I'm not saying she was desperate, but are you going to be desperate for love, desperate for affection, desperate for attention, that you can't take rejection? And I just encourage any of you that if you struggle with rejection, to take that to the Father, take that to God, and seek Him about that, because rejection is a dangerous thing, and it will have you blindly in all kinds of different relationships and all kinds of things. It'll have you doing things blindly and put you in jeopardy, put your family in jeopardy. Fear of rejection. Not rejection itself, fear of rejection. When you have a fear of rejection, a big fear of rejection, you do things impulsively. You do things impulsively. You don't think about things as much, and you don't have a heightened sense of discernment as much, because you're fearful of being rejected. You don't want to be rejected. So when somebody rejects you, you believe their lies, when they just, all they got to do is cover it up a little bit, and you believe the lies because you don't want to be rejected. You want acceptance. But that's why I say you got to seek God for that, because the one that can only give you that true acceptance, and the only one that truly matters when it comes to being accepted by anything and anyone, is the big man upstairs. So anyways, I'm going to leave y'all. I love y'all so much. I pray you guys, this video has helped you in any way. It helped you. And if in any way it has, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, a like, you guys. And make sure that if you are not subscribed, that you subscribe. And we will see you guys on the next video. Y'all stay safe and stay blessed. Peace.